G'day again everyone, and here I am in the Pz IIIE again, and once again I will race up to the front to try and use that position inside the building to fire from cover. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to start, and yeah, from this I actually work out that it's actually a waste of time taking up those firing positions, because you're very limited in what you can see, and unless your enemy is actually coming from that way, you don't really get much of a shot at them, and you end up actually being a sitting target. But anyway, it was something I was trying to do to work out whether it was any good or not. So again, I raced up to the same position, come in and then try and get the sights down. There's the enemy tank.
The armor's
fire
pierced. Good job.
Hit him.
They've been set on fire.
Missed with that shot fired too late to do any good. He comes back. This particular tank I'm shooting at is a rather hard nut to crack. They can actually take a lot of punishment depending from which tank is firing at them. I now decide to go down to the far right side here and see what's going on down here. First I'll stop here and check to see if there's anything else. Nothing else showing up in the square. As you can see, I've got the mod packs downloaded, so I've got the crew sticking out of my Pz IIIE. Generally you don't have any crew sitting at it, or side skirts or anything like that. Looking here, coming out. It's an enemy tank. Take a shot, miss him. Unfortunately, my teammate gets in the way. I'm taking hits from this enemy tank.
Driver's down.
Finally fire a shot and hit him. Do a little bit of damage. Backs up. Another shot. I take out his track, but he quickly fixes it. Gets out of the way. And whilst he's there, I back up a bit. And I turn around. I'm actually going to try and get behind that corner there, the building, where it's open, but unfortunately I turn my back to the enemy. I don't bother turning my turret around, and I pay the price. I get pounded something chronic, and to the point where I've only got basically one more shot and I'll be taken out. I get around to here. So the one thing I learned from this is when you're backing up, reverse up, or if you can, turn around closer to the building so you're not out in full view. Take a shot at the enemy tank.
Laughing at us. Keep at it. We haven't dented it yet.
And I get taken out. I get taken out by an M3 Stuart, which I didn't even see, which must have been down there further out of sight, sort of thing. What I should have done is been as close to the buildings on the left side there of the thing and come back that way instead of reversing, driving around the way I did and out in full view. So yeah, I learnt my mistake from that one. When you want to turn around, do so as close to the buildings and as much as out of sight as possible from your enemy. Here we are. I've changed to another green player. We've lost 2 players so far, me being one of them. This particular fella decides he doesn't want to fight down there. He comes up here. I really don't know what he's really doing. He was sort of leaving himself wide open, not even trying to shoot at the enemy, so he was taking damage. Now he's too far back and too far around the corner to actually even see the enemy. So what he's actually trying to do, I don't know. But it's not a bad thing, because as I said, it takes a lot of damage for the tier that it's a part of. But when you have that going up against, I'm pretty sure that's a tier 3, tank, and when you're going up against tier 2 tanks, it's kind of a disadvantage. I've found that whenever I'm in a tier 1 tank and I'm going up against tier 2 tanks, they've got more firepower than the tier 1 tanks, and honestly I really don't think they should be doing that, putting tier 1 against tier 2 or tier 2 against tier 3 and so on. There's the next tier up tank is so far beyond the bloody tier tanks that are below it, and basically all of pre-war tank designs were literally obsolete by when World War II started. So they're really it's not a fair fight when you're going up against a tank that's in a tier above your own. Usually they've got better armor, or most likely they've got better guns and that. Yeah, what this fellow is trying to do, I don't know. He comes around here and just basically gets himself right in front of everybody. Hardly ever fired a shot, if anything. And there's the other fella in the same tank. And again, he was just sitting there in full view. I don't know whether he'd been damaged or not, unable to move. But yeah, we've lost 6 green players so far, and there's only 2 red players that have been taken out. It's rather kind of one-sided on this particular game. And yeah, he just got taken out. I've been taken out so quickly that my teammates get taken out before I can jump to another green team player's tank, and so I've got to automatically go back to my tank before I can go back to another team player's tank. But I actually do get better at judging that as I play more games. If the tank is down to, say, the last 1 or 2 shots before it's destroyed, I'll jump to another tank. Right now, this Stuart is taking a fair bit of pound. He's not doing a great deal of damage by the looks of things. His turret's actually out in the open, and that's what's being what's taking all the damage. These two are mucking around over this side of the game, and there's now only 3 green players left, which is these 2 and one of those other 2. And these guys are just kind of I'm not really sure what they're doing. It's like I said, they're just mucking around and that. They come down. This guy, he knows there's some red players just passed down that street there. I think he's going backwards and forwards, sticking himself out just past the corner and looking at the red players. And then he's gone to there. That's something you don't really want to do. Back out like that with your arse sticking all the way out. I think he missed his chance to take out that red player, because that red player there, if you have a look, he's down to just one last shot. If he had fired at that big tank just now, he'd have taken him out. I believe he's got 20mm cannon or whatever in his tank. I found that with those 20mm cannon ones, they fire rapid shots and that. They're good for when you're up close. If you're at a long distance, they take longer to eliminate your enemy. So, having said that, I've actually, using a tier 1 tank, been able to get a lot of kills done by using a quick fire cannon and that sort of thing. The more you play with the tank, the more you get used to it, the more you get to realise its best features and its worst features, and how to play to its better features. Unfortunately, this guy got taken out by the red player over there. There's only one other green player left. This game is nearly over. All the red players are slowly converging basically, and the last green player's been taken out. Basically, that was it, the end of the game, and it ended in defeat.